Was I muted that whole time? I think I was muted the whole time. Almost all of us made it to the shelter, almost. All we can do now is start thinking of creative ways to serve our canned soup. We vaguely remember stashing some things in the shelter because there was no room for them upstairs. Turns out being messy can really work in your favor. So we got cards, a map, a med kit, the axe, and a book. Let's see, is anybody hungry? We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Okay. I'm not gonna give them anything on the first day. You would expect a nuclear explosion would be enough to quench any petty arguments when the future is not looking too pretty and all you see is naked walls. Not much is necessary for an explosion. It happened. We started fighting like crazy. Cans, 5 bottles of water, bug spray, gas mask, first aid kit, some cards. We could barely sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope this won't happen again. There isn't much going on with Ted, no trouble, nothing new. Today's been fine for Dolores thus far. Timmy is on his best behavior. How long will it last? Prepare for an expedition tomorrow. Whatever it was is dead now, quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. If Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last. Dolores will not last without water. Timmy has been talking about nothing other than water. Okay, so all three of them. Get some water then. We should go up. I'm gonna send Timmy outside. Send Timmy outside with a briefcase. Why not? Maybe he'll collect a bunch of stuff. What's going on today? Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Ted is no longer thirsty. Dolores is no longer thirsty. We've been wondering what happened to Uncle Brian. He should have been far from where the bombs fell, but no one knows for sure. It would be great to find out. He always looked on the bright side of life, so maybe we should too, but it's not easy. Say, didn't we have a photo of him tucked away in one of those books at home? We found the photo between the pages of our Scout handbook. Those handbooks are really handy, that's for sure. Ted said there's no need to worry about him. He's okay. Everything seems okay with Dolores. The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans, and that unmentionable bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attracting roaches. Weren't that big before the war, were they? That was close. The nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out into the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches? Yikes. Ted wants something to drink. So does Dolores. As we were considering alternatives to the canned soup diet, a sudden knock at the door broke our line of thought. It turned out we were visited by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape, and all they wanted was to get something to drink, a bite to eat, or at least clean bandages and medicine to attend to their wounded. Nah, I needed more than them. I'm not giving them anything. We could tell our guests were not thrilled with our refusal. They tried. Their tired eyes alone were enough to understand how much they needed those supplies. They did not beg, but simply turned around and left in an unknown direction. Maybe they will have more luck elsewhere. Maybe. Now Ted and Dolores are both hungry. We woke up to a dripping sound today and noticed there's something leaking from the pipes. Use your gas mask. Problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter. Hear that? Noises coming from below. This is probably the right time to check out the manhole in the corner. The one that's been locked tight ever since we got to the shelter. Who's in there? Oh shit. Timmy's back. We went down with our hearts in our throats, but nothing happened. We found the tiny passage blocked. The noises were gone after a while. Hopefully it will stay that way. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. The nearby docks housed some fancy-looking boats. One of them managed to survive the tidal wave caused by the atomic blast. Well, kinda. It landed on our neighbor's house. It looked worth checking out. We found a few soup cans in the yacht's cargo hold. Oh, nice. Seems rich people like soup too. Soup is great. We love soup. Oh wait, Dolores was on water. I'll let Timmy wait. It's difficult to keep our spirits up in this situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might end up in a place much worse than this cozy shelter. We're trying our best to remain calm. The situation we're in is far from normal and we might never get used to it. We hope the help comes soon. So they all want something to eat, Ted wants something to drink. Who should go outside? Send Dolores. Dolores is on her way to the circus. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. God damn, Timmy. Why are you so hungry? I'm just gonna give you the medkit. Hopefully that works. There's an armed and dangerous woman outside. Fortunately, she's out of ammo. She tells us she hunts the wild beasts of the waste. And right now she's on a trail of a giant mutated spider. We're pretty sure she's lost her mind. What are you gonna do with that spider? The lady put it on a leash. She promises that if we help her, she will return the favor another day. Well, I don't have ammunition to help her, so... An armed person who murders things for a living, giant mutated spiders in our neighborhood. We don't want to have anything to do with this stuff. Goodbye, lady. Timmy keeps wanting to sleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. No longer hungry. He was cured. Has been talking about nothing other than water. Give him cards to play with. I can play Go Fish. Three cans of soup and 2 cans of water. Let's see if we can get his radio to work. Oh, there goes the phone again. Good news, the government made a radio broadcast about extracting survivors from our area. The announcer asked everyone listening to wait a while longer and expect further communication in a few days. We'll be out of here soon. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. Needs a few days to rest. Ted is no longer thirsty. I'll send him for the phone call. When we answer the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. Timmy needs to rest. Timmy is hungry and thirsty. Someone's at the door. We're a bit scared, but maybe it's a friendly face of American soldiers. Should we open? Oh, Ted is sick. What area just remembered we plan on taking a trip south in 2 months. If it's still there, we are going, right? We're pretty sure they don't bomb warm places. Oh, Dolores is back, and she still has the gas mask. Nice. Our relocation is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. If we had to pick our favorite day of the week, it would be Saturday before the bombing. Saturday was a time of relaxing and joy, like bribing Mary Jane with cookies so she stopped playing the tuba, gossiping about the neighbors, and of course bowling. Looks like the bowling alley is still standing. Yabba dabba doo. The bar didn't have much to offer. Some rotten salads, a bunch of burnt peanuts, and for some reason a cowboy hat. We were happy to find a secret stash of soup cans under the rumble. Yes, we got more food and more water. Let's go. Ooh. And checkerboard and a lock. Let's go. Dolores wants something to eat. There you go, Dolores, you deserve it. Start packing stuff for a trip. Let's listen to the radio again. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Ted is coughing like crazy. Oh my god, Ted looks like he's about to die. Once had we waded through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores complains she still can't get a good night's sleep. Dolores will not last long without water. So they both want water. What about Ted? He just keeps coughing. Nothing I do about that. I'm not gonna send anybody outside today. Oop. Someone else sneezed. Somebody else sick now? No, still Ted. Dolores looks like she about to die. Dolores wants something to eat. There you go. Listen to the radio chatter again. Well, let's go. We made it 20 days. Day 20. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. Need a drink. Timmy's hungry. Dolores is hungry and he wants water. Okay. Timmy, Dolores, you can give him water. Send Timmy outside. Hopefully Timmy comes back. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted is hungry. And Dolores wants something to drink. A group of doctors knocked on our door today requesting some supplies that would be helpful in refilling their first aid kits. We didn't doubt they were the real deal for a second. They did have lab coats and everything. Shall we help them? Sure, I'll help them. And while relatively clean water is the closest we will ever get to hydrogen peroxide, the guests were grateful anyway. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Ted is no longer hungry. Dolores is no longer thirsty. There's nothing I can do about his sickness. Don't have a med kit. We're gonna send Ted outside, see what happens. Oh, he's back already, what the heck? We're lucky to have spotted that map. The spot marked a small hiding place and we found some useful supplies there. Ted should drink something. Let's give him the med kit and the bottle of water. Move on. Nice. He's not sick anymore. A quick glance at the map gave us all the information we required. We left them a message and a bottle. Ted has recovered from his sickness. There has to be some water left and Laura should get it. Send Ted outside again. "25 days, 25 days. The woman quickly called a group of friends and we set out for what turned out to be a successful mission. Finding the lost twin brother wasn't a problem. He was hanging on top of some antenna next to the fence trying to escape. In his duel with the bandit leader, he lost a hand, but the group quickly tended to his injuries and he'll be just fine. The siblings thanked us 100 times and said they would definitely contact us again." Here we go, day 26. Oh, we've had a lot of shit. Ted needs water, Timmy needs something to eat. Yeah. We managed to work out a deal. The woman also gave us some tips about surviving in the wasteland, but her advice seemed pretty useless. We already know that radiation is dangerous and that hitting a rat with a stick will eventually kill it. We thanked her and said our goodbyes. Dolores wants water. Timmy is hungry. Send him outside because he survives every time he goes. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy needs to rest a little bit. Get Timmy some food. There you go, Timmy. There's your present. When we were taking cover in the shelter, we barely had time to grab anything, so the checker set is missing half its pieces. It seems you can still play with the one half since Timmy has been enjoying himself. Now Dolores is hungry. A sleazy looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup. We get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make the deal? No. Not if you're not going to let me know what's in the bag. Day 30, let's go. Another milestone. Who the heck is knocking? Our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone. are the times of yard sales we can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. Timmy still hasn't rested. Timmy wants water. Dolores wants water. Let's play some cards. A knock on the door is not something we take lightly these days, so when a man came to our doorstep today offering us a highly profitable game of cards, we weren't convinced. Is a bet of 2 soup cans and a card game a reasonable choice in our situation? No. Haha. Lady Luck has smiled on us. We won a vicious game of war. The man wasn't too happy about it, but he delivered on his promise. Nice. Trader alert. Timmy's salvage comic books are mostly harmless science fiction pulp. However, some of them don't feature the brave Astro Citizen program astronauts, but cosmonauts. That boy is eating up Soviet propaganda. What a disgrace. Should we banish Timmy to the wasteland for his traitorous ways and dispose of the blasphemous comics? No. Hey, Dad's back and he's sick. We graciously allowed Timmy to stay in the shelter despite his actions. We believed in the power of rehabilitation and second chances. Also, we're running out of toilet paper and those propaganda books will do nicely. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Only a handful of buildings in our town survived the blast wave. One of them was the local bus station. It used to be the central hub for bums and vagabonds in the area, but now it just stands there empty. We decided it's worth checking out, hoping someone left a few soup cans behind. Our local athletics team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took all the water bottles. Timmy's hungry. Ted is hungry. It's hard to keep track of time down here. We can't tell if it's night or day. Our sleeping patterns are messed up. These terrible light bulbs are not helping too bad. We can't replace them. There has to be something else we can do about this. Uh-oh. Someone else get sick? No. He's still sick. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck, we were even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Alright, Ted wants food and water. Alright, so food for basically almost everybody. So food, water. Nobody can go outside. Day 34. Ted is hungry. Day 35. Oh my god, Ted looks like he's on his last legs. What's in it for us? A first aid kit is a real treasure these days and a rarity to find. We can't just give our most valuable supplies away even if it's for our friends. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest. Ted is no longer hungry. Dolores more time stretched. He is exhausted. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. A few days rest. Nobody can go outside. Ted secured. Let's go. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest is what he needs. Ted is recovered from his sickness. All Ted wishes for is to drop some water. Timmy wants water, and Dolores wants water. Everybody gets water. We took turns peeking out of the shelter a few times per hour and screaming random words into the wasteland around our words and interest very quickly, though don't think anyone is coming. We clearly need something louder than just our voices. Timmy keeps falling asleep. No longer thirsty, but he's hungry. Ted is hungry. Let's send Ted outside again. Day 38. Ted left for the service. We hope he'll be back soon. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days rest. Timmy's no longer hungry. Dolores is hungry though. Let's give her soup. Timmy noticed his old telescope in a pile of rubble on the other side of the street. He got really excited about stargazing again. After all, the night sky is one of the very few things that still look about the same after the blast. Should we let Timmy go out and stare pointlessly at the sky? Might not be a good idea, but I'm gonna do it. Day 39. Let's see. Oh, Timmy made it back. Cool. Timmy came back claiming he saw a mustached man on the moon. What nonsense is this? It was probably just a smudge on the lens. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now we should get him some water. And Dolores wants water. There's a small muddy pond in the park nearby. Too bad we forgot our fishing rod. Perhaps we could try to fish something out of the nasty water using the old suitcase. Let's try. Let's try. You never know. Might get fish. Day 40. It does not look like we got anything. Oh, the suitcase wasn't exactly waterproof, plus pond water stank to high heaven and was weirdly green and probably radioactive. The suitcase might have melted a little. It was worth it though, right? Got one bullet out of it that might be useful. How about we put the radio to good use? Okay, let's see. What do we hear on the radio? Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got to the package before anyone else. Yes, nice. More soup and more water. Timmy's hungry. Alright, let's give Timmy some food. We thought it'd be a great idea to have some role-playing fun and create our own shelter theater group. We called it the Thunderdome. We spent the rest of the day trying to write a script for our performance. We almost got into a fight over it and decided that maybe it would be best to play something simpler. Still waiting on Dad to come back. Was that him coming back? Oh, he's back, but he's sick again. Jesus. We played Truth or Dare. When it turned out, we only kept asking questions, and the most common was, are we going to eat anything besides the tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Oh, he came back with 2 cans of soup and an axe. Nice. Ted is hungry. Timmy wants water. And Dolores wants water and food. Let's send Dolores out. She hasn't been out yet. Day 43. She came back. What'd she find? A shocking discovery. It was a rusty tank. It was a little crispy around the edges, and it was also missing wheels and some other crucial parts, but the seats were fairly comfortable. Wouldn't it be amazing to just drive away and leave this radioactive hell behind us? Ted is hungry. Ted needs water. Timmy is good. Alright. So it's just Ted. And we'll send Dolores back out again and see how she does. Day 44. Uh-oh, she's still outside. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Give him another soup can. We did not have a medkit for you to use, and if we did have a medkit, it would be used on Ted. Well, Ted seems like he's getting better. We were sorry to do so, but we had to refuse. We need the meds for ourselves. You never know when one of us will fall sick or get injured, and who is to say they would help us as well. They were disappointed, but they understood. At least we think they did. Timmy wants water. We'll send Timmy outside. Day 46. Oh, Timmy's back. What did he find? Flashlight. We weren't sure if we would be able to find whatever was hiding by the author of the map directions, but soon enough pieces started coming together. After an hour of digging at the local park, or rather what was left of it, we came across a working flashlight, just what we needed. Ted wants water, and Timmy is hungry. Give you water, give you food. Can I help anybody? Day 47. I think Dolores still has not came back. We took turns speaking out of the shelter a few times per hour, screaming random words. Ted's hungry. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it, but what about the children? Let's listen to it and see what happens. Yo, what's good, Absolute Madness? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. This is actually my first playthrough of this game. I've never played it before. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying, not a word. How disappointing. Ted is no longer hungry, and Timmy wants water. Give Timmy some water. When conducting our daily supply count, we noticed that our soup can was missing. We're absolutely sure it was there just yesterday. That can only mean one thing. We have a soup thief among us. Now we just need to figure out who the culprit is. I'm gonna say it was Ted. Yeah, the game is kinda old. Never played it before though. And I thought it would be pretty fun to play it. So, here I am. I'm currently trying to make it to 100 days. We're almost halfway through. Let's see, Ted wants water. You sleazy looking trader. Nope, I'm not gonna trade with you. Yo, thank you for the follow, Absolute Madness. I really appreciate that. Our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in the mysterious bag. Timmy is hungry. This boy. Timmy is always hungry. What is this? Oh, I have a layout of... Oh yeah, we're halfway through. We're on day 50. Let's see. Today we were visited by a strange-looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices are so low that it's practically like cutting his own throat. The least we could do was take a look at his offer, although for some reason we don't really trust him. They offer a suitcase and a flashlight. They offer whatever that is and a checkerboard. I'm gonna see what happens. Might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna offer my checkerboard. Maybe I'll get the checkerboard back. I did not get my checkerboard back, but we have a harmonica now. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Am I good? It's like my first time playing through. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just like reading through and just like rationing on the days I think that I should. Oh, nice. Dolores came back with 4 more soup cans and another water. What's the furthest that you made it in this game before? Oh, you're streaming right now too? That's nice. What game are you streaming, Madness? A code note was left on our doorstep. It was all symbols and numbers, some sort of cipher that will need to be cracked before we can read the letter. Dolores seems eager for this challenge, however, it's hard to tell how long this could take her, and it could prove to be a waste of her time. It'll keep her busy, though. Timmy outside since he's all good. Timmy went outside. Dolores is hungry. Oh my god. Offers 2 soup in exchange for gas mask. 1 soup in exchange for cards. I think we're good. salesman was friendly, but he didn't have anything that was of interest to us. Okay, he's not hungry. I don't know why they keep coming back. We can't help him with a medkit. We don't even have one. We were sorry to do so, but we had to refuse. We need those meds for ourselves. You never know when one of us will fall sick or get injured, and who is to say they will help us as well. Ted needs water. Ted and Dolores need water. No, not soup. Water. Was that sound? Yelled from Dolores. We rushed to the door, and we were greeted by two men dressed like they'd come from a medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding two rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they're looking for some antique cup, but they got lost, and they would be most grateful if we would let them check our map. Okay, I'll let them check it, but don't steal it. Still have my map, good. They seemed friendly enough, so we let them have a look at our map. They thanked us and offered us some supplies in exchange. We graciously accepted and wished them luck on their quest. Bandits are at the door, promising us the worst fate we can imagine if we don't let them in. It's time to make a stand or surrender. I'm gonna lock the door. Yes, we survived. We didn't think that small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seemed that they gave this whole break-in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock is in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off the bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. We were able to defend our home. This time, what if they come back? If there was anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Government messages incoming. We're disappointed to hear that it was not an evacuation date and plan, at least not yet. They said they need us to find a high point near our shelter and make some noise so we're easier to locate. We climbed a small hill at the end of our street and performed a stunning rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner on our trusty harmonica. Let's hope this demonstration of patriotism will steer the soldiers our way. So far, the only audience we got were a couple of very surprised mutant cockroaches, which ran away as soon as we started playing. Okay, so water and food and water. Running low on water. These are dire circumstances we found ourselves in. Supplies are running low, and if we don't take care of ourselves, nobody else will. We know for a fact that one of our neighbors had a shelter with a broken trapdoor, and there might be supplies inside. Of course, there's a chance the neighbor and her kids managed to get there in time, but we could really use whatever they have, and we're stronger should we pay them a visit. There's a bloody hand. I went to the dark side. I think I just killed them for supplies. We opened the trapdoor expecting a wish-fulfilling room with tons of soup, but definitely not our neighbors. Wrong. They greeted us with loaded shotguns and angry looks on their faces. We pretended it was just a friendly visit, but when one of the kids fired a warning shot in the air, we evacuated quickly. Interesting. There isn't a lot of space down here, and we can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole, we felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of this stench? Yes. Ooh, day 60. Almost there. Oh, look who came back, little Timmy, with one soup can. So Timmy and Ted are both hungry. Okay. We got a lot of soup. We got scared a little bit today when all of a sudden our map just fell off the wall. Maybe our shelter is haunted. Oh yeah. Let's get something out of that safe. We're not sure how or why the map just decided to slide off the wall, but we're lucky that it happened. Inside the dusty safe we found some supplies. Timmy wants food and water, and Ted wants something to drink. Oh, we're running real low on water. Let's send Dolores. Oh, she can't take the gas mask. Send her with an axe. Timmy's hungry. Mutated rodents are attacking our supplies. We're not sure if they're rats, feral bunnies, or just mutated hamsters. All of these options are pretty grim. We could use spare ammunition or something else to get rid of every one of those pests. Hopefully that didn't get rid of all of my ammo or break my gun. Shit, they broke my gun. We haven't seen Timmy this excited in a long time. He decoded the flashing lights as a scout signal indeed, which means some of his friends are still around and kicking. Unless a few bandits found a scout book laying around and they're now trying to lure innocent kids into a trap. Timmy wants to prepare a coded message and try to transmit it soon. The wasteland is full of surprises like this man on the other side of our door knocking and claiming that he is willing to offer a lot for decent ammunition. Shall we trade? My gun's broken, so go ahead and take it. What do we get? One soup. There's Ted, right? Yeah, Ted's hungry. All hands on deck. There are people on the other side of the door, and they don't seem too friendly. In fact, they promised us painful death at least 17 times already, and it's only been 5 minutes since they arrived. We better prepare. They'll be forcing that door open any minute now. I have to use my padlock again. Hopefully they didn't make it in. Yes, they didn't make it. Let's go. We didn't think we're able to defend our home. Timmy should eat. Sometimes a sudden urge to play an instrument takes over us, to create beautiful sounds to be shared with the world around us, to sing and play and have cute mutated animals come to our feet to listen like a post-apocalyptic Snow White, shall we? Why not? Hey, Dolores is back. Oh, and there's a cockroach. Careful what you wish for. After a few minutes of playing, a small group of mutated cockroaches jumped out of the cracks in our walls and started moving to the rhythm of the song. They ran around in circles and shook their little antennae. It would be adorable if they weren't so disgusting. What are we supposed to do with them now? Wait. Ted needs water. Timmy needs water. And Dolores needs food. It took several days and a lot of silent cursing, but Dolores finally cracked the code. Impressive. The note contains detailed directions for some secret location nearby, but it also says Dolores must show up alone. She says she's willing to go, but we can't help wondering whether it's some sort of trap. Should we risk it? Sure, I'll let her go. See what happens. She might come back with something good. Day 68. Dolores on her way. Nobody's hungry or thirsty today, which is good. Send Timmy outside. There's Afro. Day 69. Hey, Dolores is back. What'd she get? We managed to make it to the meeting in time. We tried our best to answer the questions the soldiers asked us. Let's hope we fulfilled their expectations, and our ragged appearance didn't make a bad impression. Dolores came back looking relaxed and carrying extra supplies. The note was written by her dear old friend Peggy, who now inhabits a shelter together with other work colleagues of Dolores's. She claims it was some sort of secretary job from before she married Ted. It's weird how little we know about that time in her life. She's quite a private person, our dear Dolores, but clearly, all these years ago, she made friendships for life. These supplies will surely prove useful. 2 cans. She's hungry, and Ted is hungry. Timmy prepared a short message to be transmitted tonight. There are a few options on how it can be done, so let's try to pick the best one or just back out completely. It's not too late to give up on this idea. Day 70, 30 days away from day 100. Timmy went outside and climbed the highest point he could find, which in our situation turned out to be a fallen over truck with 2 more cars stacked on top of it. Probably not the safest place to be, but he managed to transmit the message successfully and return safely. Now we wait. Dolores is hungry and thirsty, and Timmy is thirsty. Water, water. Dolores, go outside. Just send her out with nothing, see what she comes back with. Day 71. Timmy's hungry. This bandit game nearby is causing a lot of trouble. Not only are they armed, dangerous, cruel, and bloodthirsty, they're also loud and obnoxious. We respect the right to party, but not at the cost of our beauty sleep. Something needs to be done. I have ammo. Why not? Day 72. Broke my gun again. We won the battle. These bandits were no match for us. We quickly overpowered them and forced them out of the camp. We are quite exhausted, but it was definitely worth it. We hope they won't bother us for a while. The funky roaches haven't really left us. To be fair, they aren't causing that much trouble. They even seem relatively friendly and curious. Just this morning when we opened our eyes, we saw them standing in a perfect line right in front of us as if they were waiting for something. Day 73. Oh, where'd they go? They're gone. Disco Roach. That's a funny trophy. If you can't beat them, join them. We figured the roaches are craving more of our music, so we fulfilled their unspoken request. They started joyfully prancing around again, creating fun shapes on the floor. Then all of a sudden they all left in one line. We thought the show was over, but they soon came back in a group carrying supplies on their strong mutated backs. Insane. Looks like we made some new friends. Disgusting, mutated, radioactive friends. Ted is thirsty and hungry, and Timmy wants water. Someone is very serious about banging on the hatch. We are scared to open it, but it might be some good news, right? We would gladly welcome any friendly face, even if it was our neighbor, Ned. We're pretty sure that if there was any reason why our town got bombed, he would be that reason. Shall we open? I'll take the risk. Was it a good idea? Good. It was a good idea. Timmy was right. The signal did come from his scout friends. They managed to track us down thanks to the transmission Timmy sent out a few days ago, and they came bearing gifts. Timmy was happy to reunite with his friends, if only for a day. All in all, this was a good day for us. Our town used to be a very quaint and friendly place before the blast. One of the townsfolk we often recall is the old man Jim, who would sometimes limp through our street. Turns out he's alive and well and still homeless. Some things never change. He clearly misses us as much as we miss him. He's been banging on our shelter door for the past few hours asking whether we want to buy a rock. We don't want to buy a rock. Thank you, Jim. Day 75. You need to really be careful with door-to-door salesmen. Way too often they try to sell you junk like that. We like to think we make informed and reasonable purchases, just like this apron with the American flag we got just before the blast. It was a real bargain. The old man didn't sell aprons, so obviously we told him to go away. Dolores is dead. Timmy should eat something. No. Dolores never came back. Our family has been stuck down here for a while now. We are very worried this might have an adverse effect on Timmy's education. Can he even read anymore? Up there, he at least consumed a comic book or two a week. Now there's nothing. We need to give him something to read. The only book we have with us is a scout handbook, but it's more than enough to get Timmy reading. He might learn a thing or two along the way. Perfect. Ted wants water, and Timmy wants water. Send Timmy outside. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. It's been a while since we showered. The smell in this tiny shelter is as far from roses as it can get. We had thought of washing ourselves. Too bad we didn't grab any soap along the way, but maybe we can make do with something else. No, I'm not gonna do. There's nothing else to use. Day 78. And I'm sick. Nice. The world has ended. Who cares about showering? We can get used to it. The band raiders are at our doorstep. They demand we let them in. This is no game. We either yield or we fight back. There's no middle ground here. Well, Ted is sick, so I'm gonna lock the door. Day 79. It's getting closer. Ted is thirsty. Let's get him some water. We're running low on water. Someone is at the door. We cannot hear what they're saying, but they have been banging on it like crazy. Maybe it's good news. Maybe it's bad news. Should we open the door? I kind of want to find out. No, they were bad. Damn it. It was raiders. Oh, no, it wasn't raiders. We got rescued. We've waited a long time for this moment. Words can't express how we felt when we saw those soldiers enter our humble shelter. We're safe, finally safe. What will tomorrow bring? We don't know, but it's sure going to be better than this. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. We spent 80 days in our shelter. Well, I survived 80 days. I think I could have made it to the full 100. I had enough supplies.